Hello everyone. This is going to be a quick recap of what we found during our recent live stream of Lincoln Cent Roll Search box number 3. After the stream, I went through the coins again as I know I miss a few things here and there during the live stream. I also took the time to go through the coins looking for the major varieties. Again, I do not check for every possible variety as the very minor ones just do not interest me very much, and I did not find any of the major varieties that I looked for this time once again, and that is again not a surprise. But here is a breakdown of what we found in box number 3. For the 2017 Philadelphias, we actually found none of them in the entire box. We did find one each of those in the first 2 boxes that we hunted here on YouTube, but none were found in this box. There were plenty of 2017 Denver Cents in the box, but not as many as I typically see. And looking at the coins, it appeared to be a slightly older box, as I didn't see any 2018 or 2019 cents. So maybe that's why we really didn't see the higher numbers of 2017s and actually didn't find any of the 2017 Philadelphias. Remember that it does seem to take some extra time for the Philadelphia Mint coins to make it out to the West Coast where I'm at. For the 2009 Bicentennial Lincoln Cents, bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and they're the centennial of the Lincoln Cent. We found 23 total coins dated 2009. 21 of them were Denver coins, and 2 of them were from Philadelphia. 13 total coins were of the birthplace variety, only 1 formative years, 4 professional life, and 5 of the presidency variety. So again, we did find at least 1 of each of the 4 types, but none of the coins were particularly interesting or really worth showing off in greater detail. For the 1968 through 1974 San Francisco cents, we found 24 total, which is quite a bit more than we found in each of our first 2 boxes that we hunted. And again, we did find 1 from at least each year. So there was 1 each of 68 through 74, and 9 of them actually were 1971. So we had quite a few 71S's. A couple of the coins did have some original red color, which I thought would be fun to show off in some closer detail, just to show you what kind of quality can still be found in circulation, even though we're talking about coins that are, close to 50 years old or slightly more than 50 years old in some cases. So I'll show a couple of those under the microscope right now. Let me put one of those under there just so you can see. So right there we got a 1968S that we found in the box. Has quite a bit of the original red remaining. The next coin is a 69S that has, it's an AU coin, but it has some original red too. Another one worth showing off, I thought, was a 72 San Francisco. And this last one is a 74 San Francisco. Again, not the best coin you'll ever see in circulation, but anytime you see a coin, one of these San Francisco mint cents that has that original red color, and I like this. I mean, I save all the San Francisco mint cents, but especially when they're nice red ones or have some red, I like to set those aside and show some special attention towards them. Okay, for the 1959 cents, we found 3 total in this box right there. All 3 of them were 1959 Denvers. Again, I like to save the first year memorial reverse cents just because they're the first year of the type. All 3 of them that we found were well circulated and not really worth showing close under the microscope. For the wheat cents, we found only 5 wheat cents in the box. That's quite a bit less than the typical box of cents that we search. The dates that we found were 1940S, 1945S, 1946S, 1952D, and a 1953S. The 1953S did show a little bit of the original red color still and was the nicest of the 5 that we found. And I'll show you guys that real quick under the microscope as well. So we'll get that one out of the way. And there's the 53S that we found. Again, it's a little bit dirty and it has some, spotting and some ugly look to it, like right to the left side of the bust of Lincoln. But there, you can see there's some red in the protected areas. We'll show the other side too. Just a little bit of red popping through. Just enough to get your attention when you see a wheat cent like that. Next up is our foreign coins. We found 2 coins from Canada. a 1964, and a 1983. In total, for the coppers, the box had 304 copper cents, including the fines already mentioned. So that means a total of 12.16% of the entire box was copper. The rest were the copper-plated zinc cents. Again, I do not sort out the 1982 varieties, which come in both compositions, so the numbers are going to be off just slightly. But still, this percentage is pretty close to the percentage of copper that we found in our first two boxes, but it's a slightly higher percentage. The others were 11 point something each, and you can see that in my previous videos. We did have 1 cent, a 1997D that I'll show under the microscope. Let me pull that up. That had a slightly misaligned die, and that kind of stood out when going through the coins. That's where the coin looks a little bit off center, but only towards one side, only on one side. So the obverse of the coin, you can see on the left, it really doesn't have a rim, and on the right-hand side of the coin, there's a real thick rim. So the die has been misaligned. The other side of the coin is nice, well centered. So it's not considered, an off-center strike, because off-center would be both sides being off-center. This is just a misaligned obverse die, and you can see that again here. So it's only off-center on one side. Again, it's not a major error, but it was enough to notice and enough to set aside. We also came across 3 cents that were just pretty messed up. They're these cents right here. Just one's just all tore up, another one's just all green in color. But one of them was odd, and I'll show you that under the scope. It's a 1964 Denver. Let me pull that up again. The obverse looks pretty normal, just a nice circulated, well circulated 64D. But the other side just has a weird, it's like almost completely gone, and it has like a weird wavy look to it. So I'm not really sure what's going on to it. I did not weigh it. It almost looks like there's extra metal on here instead of it just missing metal. You can sort of make out a couple little parts of the design of the memorial cent, but I just thought it was weird, and I set it aside because of that. Finally, I did set aside a few cents from the box that had some attractive color to them. I really like tone coins, and whenever I see a little bit of color that catches my eye, I save them. So I found 4 of them here that I thought were worth setting aside in the box. One of them in particular I'll show under the microscope. It's a 1994, and it just has really cool rainbow color that I thought was particularly attractive. And that's the obverse there. And I'll spin it around a little bit just so you can see the color. And there's the reverse too. I mean, the microscope doesn't even really show it off and do it complete justice. I mean, it's a pretty coin, especially for a 1994. So there it is. That's our results from box number 3 of our Lincoln rolls. Please let me know if there's anything else that you think we should be tracking as we search these boxes of Lincoln cents. Otherwise, I'll keep coming up with a similar list like this that we have as we hunt future boxes. Hopefully it's not going to take me a whole other month to be able to make it to box number 4, as I'd like to be able to search these a little bit more often with you all, and perhaps I'll see you there at the next one. Until then, thank you again for watching, and thank you again for supporting our channel, and keep having fun with your collecting.